So today, at this very moment, if I were making my gratitude list right now in front of all of you, what would be on my gratitude list? Hey everyone, I am so happy to be able to chat with you today about something that has really been on my mind. It's the power of gratitude. I really think we don't give it enough credit. Just the simple power of being thankful for the things that we have. Listen, I know life can look super bleak sometimes. Devastating things can happen. And it can seem really dark, like there is no hope. And like sometimes it's not even worth being here. It's not even worth living. But this is what I know. I know that every single day that you wake up and you take a breath is something to be thankful for. I know that the fact that your brain is functioning and your eyes can see and your ears can hear, that's something to be thankful for. Those are things to have gratitude for. And yes, life doesn't go as we plan. Shoot, when I was 18 years old, graduating high school, I had these grand ideas of what my life was going to look like. And let me tell you what, it did not include 6 children. It didn't include a husband who's shorter than I am, only by an inch or two. And it didn't include the life that I am living now. Yeah, I was going to be some corporate jet setter that wanted to do mergers and takeovers and, or go into genetics. Like, those were my life plans. And it didn't happen. And I'm so thankful it didn't happen. But I could be really depressed. In fact, I was when I turned 32. I was super depressed that my life had not turned out like my all-wise 18-year-old self had thought it should. But you know what? I'm so grateful. When I finally got my head out of my, derriere there, I realized that the wisdom that I had gained at the ripe old age of 18 wasn't wise enough to make those kinds of future decisions for myself, nor did they ever include like just standard life chaos and unexpected circumstances. I couldn't even predict that stuff. I wasn't wise enough or old enough to have had enough life experience to be able to, manage my life so that I could create a plan for myself, but then create a plan that was willing to be movable, changeable, ever growing and ever flexing. So I had gratitude. I found the gratitude at 32 years old when I was spiraling my way into a depression because I had to mourn the future that I didn't accomplish, that I had created in my head at 18. I stopped finally and looked around and I realized how blessed I was. I, at the time, had 4 incredible kids. All right. I had a great husband. We had a great house, a couple dogs. I had great friends. And my health could have been a lot worse. It wasn't fantastic. I didn't feel like I could climb my Mount Everest or anything, but I could have been a lot worse. And so I was grateful for the mobility that I had, because I had lived a point in my life where I didn't have much mobility. Gratitude's a powerful tool. There are days, even now, where I don't feel particularly motivated to get out of bed. I'm like a lot of you guys. I've lived in the victim mindset. I did for a long time. I've struggled with the survivor mindset. And I'm making my way to being a conqueror and having that mindset. But even the greatest people, the people that we look and we're like, there is no way they have any kind of fear. Look at them. They're conquering the world. They struggle too because they're human. And in some ways, to be human is to struggle some. But to be human is also to see the beauty that is around us and have gratitude for sometimes it's just the little things. There are little things that when you start adding them up together, make profound things in our lives. Have gratitude for them. So today, at this very moment, if I were making my gratitude list right now, in front of all of you, what would be on my gratitude list? Well, I'm super grateful that this morning I woke up with enthusiasm to do my personal self-development routine. Some mornings it's hard, or some mornings I just get pummeled by children and they want snuggle time, and then we got to start school or get breakfast, or life happens, and my self-development time doesn't always happen when I want it to. So this morning I was up early and I got it done, and I just feel alive and rejuvenated. Okay, thing number 2 that I am super grateful for today in this moment. I just had a wonderful talk with a lady that goes to my church, and she answered an unspoken prayer for me about how I can help the women in my church. And I hope, as we work on implementing some of her suggestions, that it'll have a trickle effect to all members of our church. So I'm super grateful for that. I'm grateful because my husband, he diligently goes to work and he diligently strives to do the right things for our family. Not everybody has that. And that certainly wasn't my experience growing up with my own stepdad. He diligently went to work, but he didn't diligently try to do the right things for our family. Number 4, I am super grateful that I'm loved. Let me tell you, that's really hard for me to say. Even today, I've really struggled with this idea that I could be loved. I felt for years that I was unlovable. That was one of my core beliefs. I was unlovable. I wasn't worthy of love. And I am so, so grateful that I'm loved. Loved by my husband, loved by my children, loved by my friends. But I love myself too. Now that one, I'll be honest, that was a little wavering for me some days. There are days I look in the mirror and I'm not so in love with myself. But then, I realize that there's only one of me. And I wasn't put on this earth just to hide in my fear. So I'm grateful, so grateful that I'm loved. And last but not least, certainly never least, I am so grateful for my home. You'll learn more about my story, but we live in a travel trailer. We were a nomadic family for a while, and then we had to find the right piece of land, and now we're in the process of developing that land and building a house. And that is a story for another day, because it's been a journey. But I am grateful for a home. I have one. And the thing about home is it's not the size of the dwelling, right? That really matters. It's not, if it's on 5 acres or 50 acres, or if it's a 0 lot line. That's not what makes it a home. Home it truly is where your heart is. And my heart is my spouse, my children, my community. I love living where we live. I had never been able to say that in my life. I never loved any of the towns we lived in until now. I love having a home. I love feeling like I belong. I'm so grateful for it. And so those 5 things that I'm grateful for today, they give me energy. They put a smile on my face, a twinkle in my eye, and I know they can do the same thing for you. There's a lot of studies on gratitude, guys, lots of studies. And they all say that if you diligently look for the things you're grateful for every day, it will change you, and it will change your outlook on your life. See, your circumstances may never change. They may never change. But the way you view them can, and it can be a much more positive and happier outlook. So give it a try. Take 5 days, take a week, and just write 5 things that you're grateful for. And try to be a little specific. Don't take the easy road. The easy road is like, one, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for food. I'm grateful for my house. Like, be specific. Why are you grateful for food? Maybe it's a specific food you fell in love with and you're so grateful you get to eat it. What about your family are you grateful for? Because trust me, there are some traits about my family I'm not so grateful for sometimes, but there are so many more traits that I am so grateful for. Be specific. Give it a shot. 5-7 days in a row, be diligent with listing at least 5 things. Make it longer if you can, that you're grateful for. And then let me know. Let me know. Did it lighten your load a little bit? Did your outlook change just a smidge? Are you 1% closer to maybe being the person you want to be or feeling the way you want to feel? Even if your circumstances haven't changed. Do you feel a little lighter? Let me know. Share in the comments. Like, subscribe, follow, all of those things so that we can be on this journey together a little longer. Because gratitude's powerful, and I'd love to know what you're grateful for. Take care. Bye. As we continue our journey of change and gratitude, and as we begin to take control of the chronic pain in our lives, we need to know who we can trust to get help and support from on our journey. Click here to watch the next video for some insights drawn from my own experiences.